Hello guys, how are we all doing? Welcome back to EFL Championship predictions. We're straight back at it because we have got mid-week games to predict. I'm joined by Sophie.
Yeah, I'm very well after the weekend. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. There was lots of drama, lots of interesting results and lots of mixed predictions. You did get the better of me again, Sophie.
Yeah, of course.
I'm really struggling with these championship predictions. I need to pull a rabbit out the bag because Sophie is beating me overall. Guys, you know the drill. Before we get into predicting the 12 games, please do make sure to show your support. Please do make sure you've hit that thumbs up button. We'll go for 999 likes again. You smashed it last time. Honestly, championship fans, you guys are unreal. Drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already, because I think we could genuinely hit 47,000 subscribers this week, so please do get involved. Sophie, let's kick things off in South Wales, where we have Cardiff City versus West Bromwich Albion. Two winners from the weekend, both beating high-flying teams. Yep. Cardiff went away to Preston, and two late goals.
Yep.
Incredible. I saw Preston took the lead, then Preston went down to 10 men, and Cardiff pushed, and they're just very effective from set pieces, crosses into the box, all that kind of stuff, and they managed to snatch the 3 points from Deepdale. West Brom, on the other hand, really professional job against Ipswich. Reminded me of when West Brom beat Coventry. 2 goals at 2 really good times to kill the game. And Ipswich, that's their first defeat on the road. So great result for West Brom. This one's difficult to call, Sophie. They can't both win again. You could say a draw here, but I want to give it to one of them. They both really impressed me at the weekend. I'm going to go with Carlos Corberan's West Bromwich Albion. I think West Brom are well drilled and they seem to score goals at crucial times, as do Cardiff, but I'm going to go Cardiff 1, West Brom 2.
Yeah, do you know what, for this one I really could see it going either way. As you say, 2 good performances by both teams going into this, so it is hard to separate the two. I don't want to sit on the fence, but I'm going to have to for this one. I'm going to say 1-1.
Okay,
yeah.
It's an interesting one, isn't it?
It's a good matchup, to be honest.
It is a good match. Give us your predictions for Cardiff versus West Brom. Sophie, on to the next game. A game we will be going to on Tuesday night at the CBS as Coventry City host Plymouth Argyle. It was much better at the weekend for Coventry.
Much better. The formation changes suiting us well. Got our new keeper in. 2 clean sheets on the bounce, so looking good.
But just like with the Cardiff-West Brom game, this is 2 teams that won at the weekend. Let's give Plymouth lots of credit. Yeah. They took down Sunderland at home park. Plymouth, to be honest, Sophie, they are really, really good at home. They haven't won away yet, but you've got to be careful with these predictions because they will win away eventually.
Yeah.
Will it be this one? I'm really starting to go off predicting Coventry. I don't like backing us to win or lose. I feel I don't feel very confident when I go for either. And I want Coventry to make it back-to-back wins, but this does have the element of a banana skin about it, doesn't it? It could be a draw. Do you know what? I haven't backed Coventry in a little while. Maybe the home advantage is just going to give Coventry another win. I'll go 2-1. I'll go Plymouth do score.
Yeah, I'm going for the exact same scoreline actually. I would give us another clean sheet because I feel like that's our aim at the moment, to just keep the clean sheets, build out from the back. But Plymouth have looked quite good, and I think that Morgan Whittaker is looking a good player for them, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if he got their goal. But I'm a lot more positive around Coventry at the moment. We're playing better. As I said earlier, the formation change seems to be suiting us well. But I wouldn't underestimate Plymouth. That's why I'm giving them a goal, and I'm going to say it's a tight game. The City come out on top. 2-1.
2-1. Yeah, I do like Plymouth. I like their fans. I think they've been a good addition. But Coventry, as you say, Collins coming in, Bidwell coming in. We just look a more complete team at the moment. Both going 2-1 Coventry. Give us your predictions for that one. On to the next game then, Sophie. And we go to a bit of a Yorkshire derby as Hull City host Rotherham. Rotherham are so difficult to put your finger on sometimes. They went and lost 5-0 to Watford and then
drew against Leeds.
And then they drew against Leeds.
Yeah. I don't know.
What's going to happen here then? Because Hull City are a good team. They came back from behind at Swansea to draw 2-2. Yeah. I think Hull are my dark horse pick for maybe making the playoffs this year. I keep saying that and they keep picking up some decent results. They've got to rise above this game and not slip on what is, another banana skin. Because Rotherham at home, I feel like I'll back them more, but on the road, I really just don't rate Rotherham that much. I'll go Hull City quite comfortably here. Actually, I'm going to go Hull City 2, Rotherham 0.
Okay, I'm going to say a little bit of a tighter game just because I was quite impressed with the result Rotherham got against Leeds. Obviously, you needed to bounce back from that 5-0 defeat, and coming back after the international break, they did that. That was a really good point. I do think this is a hard game. As you say, I'm more confident with Rotherham being the home side, but in this, obviously, they're not. And Hull, at times, are a very, very good team, so I am going to tip them to win, but slightly tighter. I'm going to say 2-1.
Okay, 2-1 to the Tigers.
Yeah.
Both going for the Tigers. Give us your predictions for Hull City versus Rotherham. On to the next one, Sophie. We're going to the Riverside, where Middlesbrough take on Preston North End. Really interesting sort of playoff matchup here. Both sides lost dramatically at the weekend. Middlesbrough went away to Bristol City, came from 2-0 down to level, and then lost anyway. Preston took the lead against Cardiff, and then they kind of collapsed with the red card, and obviously that means a suspension for this game. This is difficult. I think I'm going to go with Borough, Sophie. Home advantage could count for a lot here, and although Preston are higher in the table right now, the trajectory of Borough is that they're going to catch Preston soon.
Yeah, I agree with
but if Preston can get something here, this is a big result for them. I'll go Middlesbrough. Do you know what? I'm going to go Middlesbrough 2-0 here.
See, I know Middlesbrough have just been involved in a bit of a 3-2 goal, for like 5-goal thriller, but I can see this being a low scoring one. I know Preston can be very, very hard to break down, and going being like the away side, I feel like they're going to try and make it as difficult as they can for Borough. And that's why I can see it being low scoring, but I do see Borough breaking the deadlock. But just 1 goal for me, so 1-0.
1-0.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, Soph, we're going down to West London. And this one's really interesting. We've got QPR versus Stoke City. And I'm not 100% sure what to say about this one, because QPR, they brought in a new manager in Cifuentes. They picked up back-to-back draws. Then they went away to Norwich and lost 1-0. It's not a terrible result. Stoke City had been on a good run of form, keeping clean sheets, and then they lost 3-0 at home to Blackburn. So both sides need a pick-me-up, don't they? I think, to be honest, Sophie, it's not maybe a must-win, but both sides have probably got to look at it as a draw is not a very good result. Because Stoke City will look at this as QPR are rubbish at home, they're in the bottom 3, we need to win these kind of games. And QPR need to make some ground up on the teams above them. They need to really get wins. Draws are only going to take them so far. And maybe with Stoke City showing the vulnerabilities they did against Blackburn, Cifuentes might just be able to get his first win. Let's go for a big call here, Sophie. Okay. QPR 2, Stoke 1.
So now I'm going the other way. QPR, I know their form mainly under Gareth Ainsworth was terrible at home, but they've not had a drastic change in that so far. Stoke really need to turn it around after that 3-0 defeat against Blackburn, and I can see them doing it actually. I feel like they've got more quality, and on their day they're a better team. So 2-0 Stoke. 2-0
Stoke. We're both going different. Opposite directions. Yeah, I like it though. I like it. On to the next one, Sophie. Let's go to Vicarage Road for Watford versus Norwich City. This is an interesting game. It's the two teams that were, joint at the hip, going up together, coming down together, and then they stayed down together last season.
Cute.
It is cute to see them developing a relationship like that. And do you know what? I think they're going to kiss and shake hands on a 1-1 draw. I'm going to go for a draw here. Both sides, once again, are not living up to potential this season, maybe. Both sort of floating around the middle of the table. Norwich did get a win against QPR. Watford lost at Leicester. They're kind of results that a mid-table team would get, because Leicester are good, QPR are not very good. I just kind of think these two are in the middle, and I'm going to put them on a par with a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, I can see why you're going for a draw. I feel like in this matchup, I just lean towards the home side, to be honest. Neither teams are setting the world alight. They're not that impressive this season. I thought Norwich would do a little bit better against QPR. They got the win, that's the main thing, but it wasn't an emphatic performance. And then obviously Watford wasn't either, but it was against Leicester, who are flying high.
That's not a terrible result.
It's not. I am going to back Watford in this one. I'm going to say 2-1. Hornets,
yeah, interesting. Do share your thoughts on Watford versus Norwich, guys. Let's move on to Wednesday's predictions, as we've got Blackburn Rovers hosting Birmingham City at Ewood Park. This is an interesting matchup, this, because Birmingham City have finally won under Wayne Rooney.
It's against Sheffield Wednesday.
It wasn't convincing, but is it something to go off?
Didn't I say 2-1 for that as well?
You did get your prediction right, to be fair. And you also did back Blackburn to win at Stoke, and they did do that. They won 3-0 though.
I'd say 3-0.
I think Blackburn win this, to be honest, Sophie. I think we expected Birmingham to beat Sheffield Wednesday, but maybe now they're going to go back to where they were
where
before.
They belong.
Yeah, well, they're not the worst team in the division, Birmingham.
No.
But they're just above it, if that makes sense. They're going to be able to beat the likes of Wednesday, maybe Rotherham, but they're really just not setting the world on fire. And maybe they can prove us wrong here and win this game, but I'm still not convinced. They actually went behind against Sheffield Wednesday as well. To be fair to them, they did show character to win that game. But no, I'm all in on Blackburn for this one. Great win at Stoke last time. I'll go Blackburn 3, Birmingham 1.
Yeah, I'm going to say 2-0 Blackburn. I don't see Blues scoring in this one. It was a win against Sheffield Wednesday, but I wouldn't go around shouting about it. Blackburn, it was a good result for them, and I feel like they're going to back it up again, so 2-0.
2-0. I like that. Okay, interesting. Okay, right, next, Sophie, let's go to Ellen Road as Leeds United take on Swansea City. These kind of games are really misleading at times because to maybe the untrained Championship eye, you'd think Leeds United win this game comfortably. You never know in the Championship. Leeds United have dropped some silly points, to be honest, and although they really could have won against Rotherham with some of the chances they had, a disallowed goal as well, I feel like Swansea will come here and make it very difficult for them. I feel like they've started to click eventually under Duff, picked up some better results, and I really don't think it's impossible Swansea come here and get something. Obviously it's Joel Perovas, his former team. Do Swansea know how to defend him? I'm either on a draw here, Soph, or Leeds just pinching it, and I think I'm going to go for Leeds just to pinch it. I do think it'll be close, but Leeds have that bit of quality, and maybe with the home crowd on side, they can get the 3 points. And Leeds really need to win this, to be honest. Ipswich dropped points last time. Leeds only got 1 point. They only gained 1 point on them. I'll go Leeds 2, Swansea 1, but I do think Swansea will give it a good go. Yeah,
I think Swansea will give it a good go, despite the scoreline I'm about to say. But Swansea have been impressing me at times, to be honest. They're not a bad team at all. But Leeds, when they really get going on their day, they're a very good team. It's just they don't have that consistency down at the moment that they deeply need if they are going to be in the automatic places come the end of the season. I am going to give them the win, though, and I feel like it could be their day on Wednesday. 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, speaking of Wednesday, let's go to Sheffield, Sophie. At Hillsborough, Sheffield Wednesday take on Leicester City. I mean, this is the biggest mismatch there is, isn't there?
Yeah. I mean, obviously Wednesday are going to win this.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. I just can't see Leicester getting anything.
No.
No, in all seriousness, this is Jamie Vardy against the team he supports, I believe, isn't it? I know the Championship can sometimes throw up some absolutely crazy results, but this would be the mother of all Championship upsets if Sheffield Wednesday get something here. Leicester City went back to winning ways when they beat Watford, and I could go for something a bit crazy here. I could go for, some really high numbers, but I'll keep it relatively respectful and say Sheffield Wednesday 0, Leicester 3.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to say another 2-0 win for Leicester. Sheffield Wednesday being at home, do I think they could be in it at times? Yes. Do I feel like they'll get anything from it? No. But that's just because Leicester are looking very good. And obviously Sheffield Wednesday aren't at the moment. So, yeah, Leicester win this for me fairly convincingly. 2-0.
2-0. Yeah, I think Sheffield Wednesday, there's maybe little signs that
there are positive signs there.
But it's just not enough, is it?
But they're not converting it into wins.
It's not enough,
no.
Okay, down to the South Coast, Sophie, as Southampton take on Bristol City. Interesting results for these two coming into it. Bristol City will certainly be the happier of the two from their results at the weekend. Southampton dropped late points at Huddersfield Town. And Bristol City won against Middlesbrough, which is what we didn't predict them to do. Do we now make up for it by giving Bristol City something in this game? It's difficult, isn't it? Because I just feel like Southampton have got to be so desperate to go back to winning ways.
Yeah.
But I think Bristol City can make it close. I think Manning's made a bit of an impact, really.
He has, actually.
I just think Russell Martin's got to get the 3 points here. Once again, Southampton could have made some ground up on Ipswich if they'd not drawn with Huddersfield. I'll go a tight one, but I do think Southampton just pinch it. I'll go Southampton 1, Bristol City 0.
Yeah, I'm going to say 2-1 again. I feel like I'm going for a lot of 2-1s, but I can just see that playing out, and I'm going to give that to the home side. As you said, the Saints need to come back and get a win. To be honest, it wasn't the best result. They dropped points, but luckily for them, other teams up there dropped points, so it's not the worst weekend. Bristol City, what a win that was. I didn't call that. I don't know if anyone did call that, but massive win. They'll be looking to build on that now, but this is a very, very tough fixture, and I don't see them doing it. Yeah, so I'm going to stick with 2-1.
2-1, okay, yeah. Interesting. 2 games left, Sophie. Let's go to the Stadium of Light, where we have Sunderland versus Huddersfield Town. I think Sunderland should win this, shouldn't they?
Yeah.
But I don't know, once again, Huddersfield will be the happier team with the results at the weekend. Huddersfield is a great point to get against Southampton. And at the same time, Rotherham, you know, they got a draw, but QPR lost. Sheffield Wednesday lost. Huddersfield have kept that buffer, you know, the same. And I don't know, maybe Huddersfield are just picking up enough points for them to keep themselves out of it. But I don't know, do they get something here? Sunderland lost at Plymouth at the weekend. They're back at home, and this is one they'll be, you know, quite strong favourites for.
Yes.
I remember this game in the latter stages of last season. I think Huddersfield went to the Stadium of Light and picked up a 1-1 draw. It was quite a crucial point towards the end of last season. But that was when they had Neil Warnock. They've got Darren Moore now, or Darren Draw. Do I go for a draw? No, I think Sunderland will win, and I'm going to go for what you've been going for a lot today, Sophie. A 2-1. I think Sunderland win this 2-1.
See, I see this being like a tighter game and just like a goal at the very end to snatch it. Just because Huddersfield, it wasn't a terrible result at all at the weekend. Again, they'll be looking to build on that, probably with another draw. But I do see Sunderland just snatching it at late stages of the game, so I'm going to give them a 1-0 win.
1-0 Sunderland, yeah. Both go for Sunderland to win by 1 goal. The final game then, Sophie, is at Portman Road as Ipswich Town take on Millwall. Both sides lost at the weekend. Ipswich Town, they lost 2-0 away to West Brom. As we said, West Brom scored at crucial times, and West Brom do look like a playoff team this year, to be honest, so it's not a disgrace for Ipswich to lose that game, but if we're being serious about Ipswich challenging for top 2, they need to win this one. They really do need to win this kind of game. Millwall, they lost at the weekend. What can you do? They came up against Coventry. To be honest, Sophie, I do quite rate Millwall. I think they're a decent team. I don't know what happened at the weekend.
I think it was just a really off day, luckily for us.
Yeah, I think they were really dreadful, to be honest, Sophie. Really, really bad. But I know they can be better than that. The question is, will the manager turn it around? Because remember, before that, they smashed Sheffield Wednesday 4-0. It's not as easy, this one, Ipswich away. Ipswich have only lost at home once, and that was to Leeds. I don't know. I just think because of the performance Millwall put in against Coventry, I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to go Ipswich to win 2-0, I think. Yeah,
I can see this being like another, not like a goal fest, but I see there being goals in this one, to be honest. If Coventry City put 3 past Millwall, any team could really. So Ipswich, I know they lost their last game, but they're going to be looking to bounce back. I don't think it's going to affect their confidence that much. They're back at home now. I feel like it should be theirs to win this one. Millwall, I know it was a bad day against Coventry. Again, they're going to be looking to bounce back from that poor defeat. But I don't see them getting anything from this. 3-1 Ipswich.
3-1 Ipswich. Yeah. Both going for Ipswich.
Same deficit.
Yeah, to win by 2 goals. There you go, guys. That is the 12 midweek championship predictions wrapped up. Do give us your predictions for those 12 championship games down in the comments. Let us know your thoughts. As I say, do make sure to hit that thumbs up button as we go for 999 likes. It is free to like and it is free to subscribe. So please do make sure to do both. Thank you for joining me, Sophie.
Thank you.
We will see you all in the next video. Peace out.